I wasn't going to talk about this. I had this document like 3 weeks ago. I kept it because I thought to say, Obibeka say an agenda against the Chief Justice. I didn't want to do it. Makachiro, I had this document about 3 weeks ago. I decided not to speak on this document because I didn't want Ghanaians to be MP before Obibeka say, I Obibeka time document Mahama-Kevin Taylor Obegu Chief Justice. So I said to my team, let's not touch this document. But until I who did not Paul Adom-Otchere. Now, Mama story B is got to do with the Chief Justice of Ghana, and it's about maybe a Chief Justice and Nipebi are trying to make it look like say, and the petitioner Yachakuma President the Council of State, it's an MPP NDC fight. No, let's not get it wrong. The President of the Republic is performing his constitutional duty. The president now person ko bu mmara so a anka ne nsaka petition anka will take a decision as president alone. And nobody should sit anywhere else and make it look like say John Mahama, the president of Ghana, waboni trimu po say opeso ko Chief Justice free all. In the first place, the president beso Chief Justice he does not need to consult anybody. But because the president is not his intention to come to power and say mapamu obi or because me president in T, he has decided to make sure, say, Emrano Juma. That is why you and I, Yajiatum say, I will see a EBB from the Council of State members. Council of State members, ye Yanka say ye because you have some movie. And a year ban on Moncotanasi. Ye Council of State for a very specific reason. There will be an advisory body to the president. Sebio, Assembly Ba, not president in here, Adwenepa. Assembly bana bro president so no hu ne say ono kwantumi fa na adwene and take his decision na wakọ Council of State for her or say ekuro no ene de mu nyina maba also tell say ka Council of State a enye ebusua ba akopɛ hu nipa eye Ghana ha nyina ye nyina ne ekoto aba se ye yimpenifo every region bia say mu nyina mo nkotena Jubilee House wo na president assembly ba na kyere ne so a ondi nkan ne mo mfa ho adwene na mosom ne dwene wi a na motunufu ewo saa asem no ho. There's a reason why in terms of constitution create a Council of State sa de ekuo no if you say na omo pese e bedrum pempensuo bi a ye benya president bi te say Akufo Addo a otumi ko hye dem ade akye a oso apam shaloto sei na ye pese benya president bi wo ha on pese obedi Ghana mra no so he will be the only person making decisions for this country. So the Council of State was put there to technically be an advisory body. They will be checking the president indirectly to make sure the president's decision at the end of the day, a decision indirectly, yani Ghana for are part of that decision. And it's a petition by the president in Sa. Now president edema the Council of State members say omonjene ho. Na omonhwe petition musua. It means the president has technically handed over the petition to Yenny Ghana for we on the street. Because we on the street as Ghanaians, we voted and elected the Council of State members. Into every Council of State member bia or hobiano or representing Ghana ni. Into for the president not to look like a tyrant or a dictator, the president decided to use the law to follow due process to make sure say Sebio obinjina baby enkobono subuo. Sene beya yenyina yekodru a pointer ye beti ase hu se decision we in the senka wo study the ekoso no pa the decision that will come out whether Chief Justice stays or leaves that decision that will come out the president shouldn't be blamed. It's the Council of State crampo na wo say you take your decisions because their decision today has 99.9% influence on the president's decision. Because anka president or take on one decision he wouldn't have needed the Council of State input. It's for the president to go to the Council of State first. It is like a president to go, our intentions be say let's say John Mahama and Chief Justice as so our intentions be cry and our intentions be that the Council of State they can stop the president from taking that decision. Because when the Council of State comes out, 99.9 and Mr. President, this decision we think should go this way, not president go this way. Then Ghanaians will know, say, the president is taking decisions by himself and being a tyrant or being a dictator. But in this case, when it goes to the Council of State, 99% of the decision the Council of State will take, the president will have no option than to, at the end of the day, agree with them because they represent us. Our focus should be on the Council of State, not the president. Because at this point, the president has one decision. But the Council of State, all these members are coming together to make a decision for the president to agree to or not. Now, at this point, you need the decision the Council of State is taking. You need the decision the president is taking. So, who are we supposed to be looking up to? Now, Ubusami Ameka say, media, I'm watching the Council of State. I'm not watching the president. Because when the Council of State comes out to tell the president, say, Mr. President, the petition you forwarded to us, we don't see anything wrong in the petition. There's nothing, no crime committed. What can the president do? When the president goes ahead to even decide to take a decision, he himself will take care. We will all know, say, the president is not the president. We all, you're voting in as a country, democratically, we now will stop trusting the president. So Ghana, our focus should be on the Council of State. So we are Chief Justice, my focus should be on the Council of State. So we are Ghana MPP near. Now person 10 years into MPP end this year. You are wasting your time. Your focus should be on the Council of State. Because they are the ones making the decision, not the president. The president is basically going to adhere to Nyansa Omodebaba. Omonomoya Brewano. President Koji Nyansa Fra Brewaho. Sometimes, as a young man, as a young woman, as a married man, attempt to be chirewoso. Now we're taking a decision. But for some reason, Oko ma Okobusa and say, Ma, asem we chiremeso. But so we take a decision with him. But at the end of the day, there's a reason why Oko ma ho. There's a reason why Oko na ho. The decision or the message it will influence your final decision in your head. It is I'll take his decision so be then everybody will know say why would decision be now take here one other opinions. But the moment you go to your mother for an advice, now my mama will advise be a 99% to be jawari, but advice how my it will influence that your 99% idea so be jawari. Now you are torn between 50-50. It means your mom's advice is fighting your conclusion or your conscience. That means so I want when you free more I my advice into the way free our reading. Now so call my ho now my catch say our person jano reason or the mommy me show a valid jawarena then you are in your conviction is clear. So that is why at this point say me Ghana why should I blame the president? A child person your politics. A child per se or turning idea way into politics when it comes to the Chief Justice issue. We need to be looking at the Council of State because the most important thing here when I say the Council of State is not even one person. How can over 20 people sit down and make one decision? Say until said you see something in the petitioner they cannot overlook. So the Council of State nipa miensa okay they can be influenced. We are talking about over 20 people. So you want to tell me, say, all the Council of State members, we have somebody has influenced all of them. No, we are going to have opposing views. Mr. P, Mr. S, yeah. So why do we blame the president? Because at this point, the Council of State will come and tell the president, yes, it's true. Okay, Mr. S, I know. At the end of the day, the Council of State, they are advising. It's your advice, it can influence the president's decision. So the president can decide, yeah, maybe a Council of State, the Ombekano, a bit of a president decided. So the president decided, yeah, maybe a Council of State, the Ombekano, a bit of a president as a son Adwene. So why do you blame the president? But you see, it is not about the petition in your hand there. Now, the NPP as a political party through their surrogates and their fake media led by people like Paul Adom-Otchere and Bakumo and those co-mininis dirty ones no makaninano. They are trying to change the focus of the conversation. There's a difference between say obi a committed crime any obi person or committed crime. Let me say this on authority. my platform, my team, my production team, we have not had access to air the petition. I have no knowledge about the petition. I don't know what is in the petition. In fact, the petition is exclusive to the Chief Justice, the President, and maybe the Council of State. So me, Adwenepa, I cannot speak to the petition. And I will not sit here and speculate. Idea I won't do it. Idea information, I won't do it. But at least I can speak to a document that is factual. And that is what I am going to show you today. And it has got to do with the conduct of the Chief Justice as the Chief Justice of Ghana's judiciary. Now, Nancy Paul Adom-Otchere MPP for BB. And I don't know where it's coming from. I think it's coming from the camp of NPP and also from, and I cannot confirm, maybe the Chief Justice Nankasa and I try to let them do that. Now, Paul Adom-Otchere, I've been misinforming Ghanaians. And you know what they are doing? Said there's a thin line between miracle and magic. They know, say, the Chief Justice will commit crimes as a Chief Justice. But what they are trying to do, and they say, they are trying to cover up the crime with some kind of words, with some kind of reactions, with some kind of adding, some quotations. But you are looking at it as a holistic blunder. Into which I just say, oh, in team for joy a press conference. I catch a Ghana for say, or evidence say, cocaine abakutuka. So kochi in team for joy, say, oh, he's under the NPP group. But when in team for joy was speaking, he said he has evidence. But the moment you go in to arrest him, now NPP for say, oh, he's a member of parliament, he has parliamentary immunity, so you cannot arrest him out of the lot. And that is what the NPP are doing. And that is what they are using Paul Adom-Otchere any idea to do. And they are trying to create a story or create an impression, say, the Chief Justice, Madam Torkonu, committed no crimes or has committed no crime in office. Now, Momiantia Paul Adom-Otchere for 2, 3, 4 minutes. Maybe I will show you where and how they are trying to lie to you. Madam Torkonu has committed a crime. And as the Chief Justice of Ghana, Obia or interpreti Emra should know, especially when cases like that to crumple about Semuda. When you know the law and when you know, say, some things are not supposed to be done, especially in your position. Now, let's listen to Paul Adom-Otchere. Now, the Obuba and say, I'm the so creative idea. We say, oh, I'm who petition the womb. Media me who the petition today. Say, Attorney General frame me. No, but I'm Kevin. Do you know what is in the petition? I have no evidence, so I cannot speak to the petition. Maybe Paul Adom-Otchere will who petition, no? And I don't know. I don't think the president will show the petition to Paul Adom-Otchere. And I don't think the Council of State will show the petition to Paul Adom-Otchere. The people who are close to the Chief Justice are the NPP people. So if Paul Adom-Otchere is speaking on what is in the petition, then maybe it came from the Chief Justice who had a copy from the presidency. Because when the Chief Justice was taking the petition from the presidency, it was sealed. It is Paul Adom-Otchere on TV trying to make it look like they have an idea of what the petitioners put in the petition. Then it means either the Chief Justice who received the petition from the president has leaked some of the information to Paul Adom-Otchere. But you know, from what I am seeing, the kind of things that Paul Adom-Otchere are trying to beat down are the things that are somehow more difficult for the Chief Justice to answer. Anytime I say, as I sit here, I have no knowledge about the petition. I am going to base this, my editorial, on what Paul Adom-Otchere actually spoke on, and he was letting us believe, say, those are the things he knows, say, what petition. So, what Paul Adom-Otchere has seen, or what has been leaked for him to see, me, I have not seen it. I am basing this editorial on what Paul Adom-Otchere is saying. Now, let's go listen to Paul Adom-Otchere. We are making sure DB.
Danofori starts with money, suspecting that Justice Torkonu has spent some money, and she used some money to travel, and the money that she used to travel is not for her, it's for government, and blah, 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 blah. Let's look at it. Okay. This is on the left is the allegation that Chief Justice misappropriated a sum of 261,000 Ghana cedis of public funds for private travel. Danofori further alleges that the CJ traveled with her spouse, that is her husband, and child with the aforementioned public funds, when her spouse and child are neither members of the judiciary nor work within the judicial service. So this is Daniel Ofori's first allegation. There are 3 categories of allegation: financial, court matters, and then another one. I'll show you all. Give me just 5 minutes. So this is the matter, that she has spent this amount of money traveling with her husband and her daughter. This is what we found. That the said travel package is provided for in paragraph A9 of the policy on foreign travels by the head of the judiciary and superior courts judges, approved in 2010 and reviewed in 2019. And it allows the CJ to bring along a spouse and another person of her choice on foreign travels. This has served 4 Chief Justices, to wit, Georgina Wood, Sophia Akufo, Justice Eniyeboah, and Justice Torkonu, the present CJ. So where is Daniel Ofori coming from? Even we were able to find the policy on travel, and that's what we did. Once we saw the thing, I said, okay, let's get the today is what, Tuesday. We've been working on this since, I think, last Friday. So we said, let's get the policy. Is there not a policy for traveling? So we picked up the policy. It is clear in there. And in fact, in some of the instances we saw, Justice Torkonu, when she traveled, she came back and returned cash of nearly $9,000 to the judicial service. That I didn't spend all the money. This is the rest of the money. When I saw it, I was telling my people that, but this, my Lord, $9,000 you can issue to buy. Say that you bought books from London or something, buy something. And they said, well, that's how she is. She's like that. She came, she brought the money back. So because they raised this allegation, it has allowed people now to look at it. And everybody's finding out, oh, the last time Justice Torkonu traveled, we gave her some money. She brought back $9,000 that she didn't use it. This is the kind of person they want to impeach for corruption. So how many ministers, how many ministers travel with the impress and come back and go and give the money to the chief director that I didn't spend the money, finance manager, here's your money. No, people don't do that. I'm not saying they should do that. But I'm saying when you have somebody who has done that, this is not the person that you say is corrupt. You cannot say that is corrupt in the same breath of a person who takes money and returns the rest of the money. You cannot say that. But anyway, so this is the policy. And viewers, you can check, you can verify. Tomorrow, call the judicial secretary, journalists, everybody check. What is the travel policy at the judiciary? Check it, it's there. They'll give it to you. They gave it to us easy. They'll give it to you. It's a public document. It's not a secret. And the document says that it is, so it's in paragraph A9. So when you take the policy, don't go far. Just look at paragraph 9, A9. Just look at paragraph A9. And that policy is on foreign travels. It's by the head of the judiciary. So this is a policy that came in 2010. It has existed and it was reviewed in 2019. Reviewed to add security, actually. It has existed for Justice Georgina Wood, Justice Sophia Akufo, Justice Eniyeboah, and Justice Torkonu. And this is what they want to impeach her on. That she traveled with her husband and traveled with her daughter. And this is the money that Justice Torkonu returned, $9,000. This is 260 something. That's what they're talking about. Is that not what they're talking about? No, that was another one. Another 14,000. So they have 2 of her trips. This one and another one. The one that she returned the money. They don't say she returned the money. Maybe they don't know. Daniel Ofori doesn't know. I can understand. But this is what we found out. Anyway, let's go to the next one. It says, this is a very important one. Very, very, very important. Again, because Mr. Chikata is lawyer for Daniel Ofori, and Mr. Chikata is also lawyer for Jachikwesin, and the Attorney General told us in his press conference,
so at least you have an idea of what he's trying to do. Chief Justice Diana, I wanted to stick to. Into Tiena, all that he was trying to do on his show was that, let me clean the Chief Justice. Chief Justice has returned some money, so she has committed no crime. Oh, and because a board chair of Ghana Airport, no. Oh, Debiana made the receipt back, and the man for receipt and you cannot call me a criminal. That's Paul's idea about somebody who cannot be called a criminal or somebody who has broken the law. Now, argument no making you say, what is the travel policy for the judiciary? Travel policy and anything. You see what he did? He didn't actually break down or go into the travel policy. He didn't give you the specifics. Say travel policy there. Into travel policy for the judiciary, it's there. Travel policy for the presidency is there. Travel policy for the legislature is there. Travel policy for the executive. Now the question is, the travel policy, what is in the travel policy? And that is something that he did not do. You know the reason I didn't do? He didn't do it because when he goes into the travel policy and breaks it down, then you will know where Chief Justice committed a crime. But you see, they are very diabolic and sneaky and slimy to the point whereby they see every Ghanaian to be stupid. Is this because from what he is saying, he knows what is in the petition. Into me catch us say, dear Onoka and then I maybe chrow atra ocha. They know can you know boy. Every single thing he said was a lie. You know why? The reason why I'm saying say a lie, no me prove actual. But there was something he was doing. He was trying to let it look like say Chief Justice Obumraso, but or correct because we are Chief Justice. Now say what to kwai sikaka. Oh, Chief Justice to kwai. Oh, sikani be kai no de buy. Inti untumin kase Chief Justice there we do Obumraso. But the question is the travel nature no. Nature of the travel, no. Oko aya travel policy ma. What is the nature of the travel? What is the nature of the travel? Travel, no. What kind of travel? Is it an official travel or is it a personal travel? That is where we find out to say Chief Justice deliberately will di boni and now on di boni. That is where we are talking about, or that is what we are talking about. It is not about you telling me say travel policy for the judiciary. That is one. But the issue is when you go into the travel policy, there are natures of travel, right? Now, the travel now Chief Justice too, not official or personal. Now, when you go into the travel policy, what does it say about personal travel and official travel? There are two things there. Into what he tried to do to say, he vaguely told you, say, the Chief Justice traveled. Oh, his daughter and his and she brought money. I don't care about the Chief Justice traveling. What I care about is the travel, no, the nature of travel. Did the travel fall beneath a official travel or personal travel? Now, you need to understand, when it is official travel, the component in official travel are different from the component in the personal travel. We are asking, Chief Justice na kwano 2 year no, na it all falls under travel policy. We get it. But was it an official travel? And what does the law say about official travel? And what does the law say about personal travel? It's not now Jimino or Jimmy Kofo, because the Juma man say, "On me create impression be say obi time Chief Justice." Now Chief Justice in your bonnet. You see, inside the wagon, the heat is different. Now let's take our time and enter the travel policy, and then show you documents of what the Chief Justice actually did. Now, before I go in, I will take my time and explain to you the travel policies, the official travel policy and the personal travel policy. In the travel policy, what is beneath it? The Chief Justice said, "Me too quine a official traveler, then also ye." And the Chief Justice said, "Me too quine a personal traveler, then also ye." Because say ye the distinction between the two are. Kwasi ampenje se Paul Adom-Otchere betuma be TV so aka sanse mo wadwin so no kure na kan boa. We are killing Jandam. Now, before I go into the document, my mention there. Official travel, send the Chief Justice kase o tu kwan a. Emrane kire se e was say so okase oni ni kunu betu kwan a. This is under official travel. The Chief Justice kase oni ni kunu betu kwan okọ eye London. Eye official travel. Now, so ordinary kunu beka ho. Now, because ordinary kunu ka ho no, official travel no. So Chief Justice ne pay them £1,000 or 1,000 Ghana cedis a day. Ni kunu will take half of that per them. The husband will be paid 500 Ghana cedis. Tie. Send the wahane as Chief Justice ko ye dwuma bi wo London. Na London no okọ no Ghana di munti no okọ. Enti official travel. Now, so Chief Justice say okọ London na ordinary kunu ka no ho akwa. The Chief Justice a day biana you bet you pay them $1,000. I will send you kunu your money kunu $500. That is what the travel policy for the judiciary says. Now, the Chief Justice yana adwene say obeko holidays personal traveler. Emrane kire our travel policy we say the only person she can go with is the bodyguard. That means the Constitution and the government only recognizes the Chief Justice and her bodyguard. So because the Constitution recognizes the Chief Justice and her bodyguard, it means the government will only pay for the Chief Justice and her bodyguard. In terms of these are 2 travels. And these 2 travels all falls under travel policy. But Paul Adom-Otchere also school, law school or born to one pass it. And he's diabolic or cultural. Into Hono, he created an impression to say the travel no or summing in app or lumping it together. And or the Ghana for say Chief Justice in Bonibia. May the MAAKYE say, I am not dealing with a petition. I am dealing with what I will tell you, say, a judicial audit, and none I may be dealing with. The petition have nothing about me, about the petition. I've not seen a word in the petition, so I can't speak on the petition. But Paul Adom-Otchere so who petition, no? And he was trying to tell us that they all petition, but I'm going to use the audit, the judicial audit service. Also, the judiciary, the judicial service, the secretary, every year they audit the judiciary. And the judicial service, things you do, the law itself will tell you, you are not supposed to do. And when they do the audit now, they will state it in there, say, so when Dibonia, this is a crime. Inti the judiciary itself, the reason why they do the audit is say they know some judges can abuse the law. They know the judges, some of them can abuse power and it's audit. And it's the reason why I say they know say judges no say nipa they can be corrupted. Say judges no and so bumraso. That is why the judiciary itself, the judicial service, they have a special audit for the judiciary. Because Sebio and you having a park and game bompire and I say yambo brai. And it's almost the judicial office judicial service. Another almost year auditing of judges travels near the idea. Then they also want to fish out judges who are trying to be corrupt, who are abusing the law, who are basically spending on us. We paying for expenses we are not supposed to pay. Do you understand? Don't get it twisted. Paul Adom-Otchere was lying. He was lying. But you see, they want to create a picture to say a personal attack on Madam Torkonu. Madam Torkonu, who need that? I don't know her. I only work with the facts. Now let me show you something. Team, stay with me. So the judicial service actually had an audit on all the judges in Ghana, especially the Supreme Court judges. In fact, the Supreme Court judges. And in the audit, the judicial audit, some findings, they came to some conclusion. They got they saw some abnormalities. They saw some illegalities. That's the word I'm looking for. Illegalities, bebre. Now let's go into the audit of the judiciary. This document I'm going to put on the screen. So the judicial service they should release a statement and say this is a fake document. This is the legitimate document. Omwankasa ne publish here. Omwankasa our file so. Now look at this. You see this document? Document to a draft management letter. The Judicial Secretary, Judicial Services. And Tiosha, April 24th. Now, draft management letter on the accounts of Judicial Service, that's JS, for the period January to December 2023. Into audits are Judicial Services 2023 audit NE. This is a legitimate document. Me fancy ye be publish it. Ubi an kind na Judicial Secretary and say Kevin Taylor has published this. Is it a lie? Mr. P, Mr. S. Now, Shadie, when you read the first page of the audit, this is what they say. Introduction. Mami and Lajin said you can follow what I'm reading. I always try to do that because department be brainy or mudin komono mujimi into MPP4 especially. It's always good for you to see the oho. Now, when you read it, this is what it says. We have audited the accounts and other related records of the Judicial Service in accordance with Article 187, Clause 2 of the 1992 Constitution and Section 11, Subsection 1 of the Audit Service Act 2000, Act 584, for the period January to December 2023. Now, this is what it says. Point 2. The following observations and recommendations made during the audit had been discussed with the key personnel, and their responses, where appropriate, had been incorporated in this management letter. 3. We shall be grateful to receive your response within 30 days after receipt of this management letter as required by Section 29 of the Audit Service Act 2000, Act 584. Now, point 2, let me read and break it down. Senebeya, eye PZ for mudi matem, sebio omumubi omunko school, MPP bu omso moye kwasi adom beti bu nyina ase. Where Audit Service for Omoleta Omotchore statement release any. Say we have audited the accounts and other related records of the judicial services in accordance with Article 87, Clause 2 of the 1992 Constitution and Section 11, Subsection 1 of the Audit Service Act 2000 for the period January to January 2020, December 2023. It says this: the following observations and recommendations made during the audit had been discussed with the key personnel, and their responses, where appropriate, had been incorporated in this management letter. Almost say, your audit. Now, audit now, my no. Omaye, aye sikasemu kunta inche hu bibia. Na sebio, omoye audit ni nyina wie na ehwehwe sikasemu, se ne yese sika, se ne yenye sika ne ade ade nyina wie no. Omo a omo ho ba mu, omo a mo kwa atwe wo mu no. Omo tro letter koma sankofo ni nyina twen se omo de omanu yie ebeba. It means say audit no, judicial service audit no. They actually wrote to the people who were found to say they have done something against the act and answer the clause and answer the Article 187. If they had not committed any crime, saying contrary to Article 187, those people wouldn't have been written to by the audit service or the judicial service to answer questions. The reason why some judges were written to for their responses to be heard by the judicial services, audit service, judicial services now, audit now. Say judge be antrowa chese ohuni asem unya bone. Bibia ni wa ya e kire se e wo se efro. But the moment audit ni wie na se ka se Madam Torkonu ye tro letter bro yinyoma bia no a, meaning there were some things you did that are against or contrary to Article 187, meaning webumraso. Especially when you are the Chief Justice or a Supreme Court judge who should know right. Now, yanko enim or documenting him. When you go to the next page of the document, this is what you see. Yen reading boom. Let me enlarge it. Point 21 in this audit report. Disallowed expenditure. Remember the word. Disallowed expenditure. $30,000 and 252,338 Ghana cedis. Sa sikawe a disallowed expenditure. Meaning Article 187 does not allow it. Meaning you have committed a crime. Say your audit near trust say some expenses are disallowed. It means it is not allowed. It means it goes against Article 187. Now let's read what the audit report ekaye. That's what it says. Point 21. Regulation 78 of the Public Financial Management Regulations 2019 LI 2378 provides that a principal spending officer of a covered entity is personally responsible for ensuring, in respect of each payment of that covered entity, the validity, accuracy, and legality of the claim for the payment. 22. We observed during our review of the expenditure on foreign travels that, remember, the word is foreign travels. We observed during our review of the expenditure on foreign travels that The Honorable Lady Chief Justice traveled to Arusha, Tanzania, with her spouse, Mr. Francis Kofi Torkonu, instead of her security for her annual leave from 2nd to the 10th September 2023. Almost some we are auditing. Who say the Chief Justice actually traveled, foreign travel. Sa foreign travel no na any official trip, na a holiday. The Chief Justice traveled to Tanzania, and the law says say a Onua personal traveler, which is a traveler. I was saying only the bodyguard nebekono. She did not travel with her bodyguard. Instead, she traveled with her husband. Now, with this, it means the Chief Justice basically has flouted the law, because when it comes to your personal holidays, you are supposed to, at the end of the day, go with your bodyguard. Now, if you don't go with your bodyguard and you go with your husband, that means you have to foot your husband's bills. You cannot drop your bodyguard and use government money to pay for your husband. The moment you drop your bodyguard on your vacation, it means if you decide to go with your husband has to pay for every single thing. His flight, his accommodation, his food, whatever he does. But what they found out in their investigations, the judicial audits, the Chief Justice traveled to Arusha, Tanzania, with her spouse, Mr. Francis Kofi Torkonu, instead of her security for her annual leave from 2nd to the 10th of September 2023. So one has been established. One crime has been established. She went on a holiday. Instead of her to go with her bodyguard to be paid for by the government, she dropped her bodyguard and went with her husband and forced the government to pay for her husband. That is one crime. All right. Now, 2.23. We also noted that the Honorable Lady Chief Justice embarked on another vacation. So the first vacation is gone, which she has already broken the law. The first vacation, she was supposed to take the bodyguard for the government to pay for the bodyguard's expenses. She dropped the bodyguard and put her husband in for the government to pay for her husband, which she knows is wrong. So that first crime has been committed. Now let's go again. This is not my document. This is the Judicial Service Audit Report in MAAKYE 2023. We also noted the Honorable Lady Chief Justice embarked on another vacation, private foreign travel. Private foreign travel from 16th to the 25th of September 2023 with her daughter, Miss Edem Sarah Amega Torkonu, instead of her security to the United States of America. She made another vacation trip. Instead of her to go with her security, one person, for the government to pay for her security, she didn't do that. She took along her daughter. And who paid for her daughter's expenses? The government of Ghana. Her daughter's first class, her daughter's business, her daughter's hotel, every single thing, this woman gave the invoice to Ghana government to pay. Second, she has committed 2 crimes. Remember, this is not a circuit court judge. This is not Kevin Taylor. This is not Kwansima. This is not somebody on the street. This is the creme de la creme. The woman who runs Ghana's judiciary. So don't underestimate the kind of her. So be a bonny first one, so it was an oversight. But to do it again, it wasn't an oversight, it was deliberate. Because Madam Torkonu no to. So because we are body and there, no be Madam Torkonu can say, oh madam, I was too hungry. This one they forgive me. This is my first time, something. Temper there with dear justice there. Oh madam, forgive me. This is my first time. The Madam Torkonu will be like, okay, we are forgiving you. Next week, says say, you, Madam Torkonu, will tell them to jail. You jail that person. Because then you will tell the person this is deliberate. Now you get what I mean. Now I'm sure idea. Now let's go into the details. Now you see this document. Mami ready point 25 intro. This is in the audit report. what you guys were making Paul Adom-Otchere do no, on an assay case in my Chief Justice. I need to open this. It's not opening up. What's happening? All right. Now, point 25 in the audit report, it says this. The practice contravenes the policy in page 37, P1 and 2, section B, 1 and 2, personal travel by the Chief Justice. Personal travel. And travel policy. There's personal travel and there's official travel. There are two things. She took advantage of the personal travel. Now it goes on to say that the practice contravenes the policy in page 37, P1 and 2, section B, 1 and 2, personal travel by the Chief Justice of the policy on foreign travels by head of the Judiciary and Superior Court Justices 2019 of the Judicial Services, which stipulates that where the Chief Justice embarks on a personal or private foreign travel, he or she shall be accompanied by the security alone. Mamen kind be Emrano Judicial Services for no Audit Findings no. They stated Emra Adwenepa said the Chief Justice here no we boom raso. Almost say, and I'll take it from the top. The practice contravenes the policy in page 37, that is P1 and 2, section B, that is 1 and 2, personal travel by the Chief Justice, of the policy on foreign travels by head of the Judiciary and Superior Court Justices 2019 of the Judicial Service, which stipulates that, and I state, where the Chief Justice embarks on a personal or private foreign travel, he or she shall be accompanied by the security alone. The two travels I've mentioned, the two travels I've spoken about, they are all private travels. They are all her vacation travels. And the law says it clearly. When it is your personal travel, when it is your vacation, you need to go with only your bodyguard. And that if you decide to go with anybody else, they need to pay for their own expenses. The funny thing is, this woman drops the bodyguard and then brings her daughter along. The first one was her husband for Ghana to pay, and second time, her daughter for Ghana to pay. Now, now read here. Go to point 26. I don't know what is in the Paul Adom-Otchere the petition and intina my medjuma akofa sa document we aba. I don't know what is in the petition. So don't say we are doing petition here. I'm responding to Paul Adom-Otchere also who the petition. Now when you read point 26, this is what it says. We further notice that Miss Adam Sarah Amega Torkonu's air ticket, which is supposed to be a business class just as that of Honorable Lady Chief Justice, was rather the World Travel Plus business class, which resulted in an additional amount of 9,000 in her ticket cost. It is not about Madam Chief Justice coming back later to say take your 9,000. No, it is the intentions. It's her knowing, say, she is breaking the law. She had broken the law first with her husband. She decided to break the law again with her daughter. And this time, she even upgraded her daughter's travel tickets from regular, what we call business class. She moved it up to World Travel Plus business class. Are you now understanding what I'm saying? So Madam Torkonu has committed two serious crimes. It is and she returned 9,000. No, it is not about the return of 9,000. Nobody cares. She didn't even return the 9,000. What happened was that she deliberately committed a crime. She broke the law twice. Not once, twice. Now, when you go to the table down there, let me read something to you. Name, Miss Adam S.A. Torkonu. Country travel to United States of America. Per diem, or did $10,000. Cost of air ticket, 109,000 Ghana cedis. 1 billion old Ghana. Ni ticket, no. Miss Adam S.A. Torkonu. Ticket Torkonu chama ne baniye. Sika Ghana ban tuyama Madam Torkonu ba. Madam Torkonu, Chief Justice, she knows the law. Onimumrano. But Omagana for Yesika, Emo Sama neba per diem of $10,000. The per diem is $10,000. Miss Adam S.A. Torkonu's daughter took per diem of $10,000. Ne ticket, 109,000 Ghana. Old Ghana, no, 1 billion. Now, when you go to the next one, it is Mr. Francis Kofi Torkonu. He traveled to Tanzania with the wife, Madam Torkonu, at the Tanzania. Per diem, Yamani Cruz $6,000 per diem. At the end of the day, Ghana spent $74,000 on the husband. Remember, the 2 trips, they were supposed to pay for their own bills. The government was supposed to have nothing to do with the payment of these bills. So the intent alone, the intent was there to steal from us. The intent was there to commit a crime. Now, when you go down, you see something. Miss Adam Sarah Amega Torkonu, Onunkwan cost of air tickets, 109,000. Honorable Lady Chief Justice Gertrude Torkonu Sunkwan ticket, 99,000. Difference of 9,500. And Nana Paul Adom-Otchere say, aye, and the woman paid back the 9,500. It is not about the woman paying back the 9,500. It is the intent behind her actions. It is not about bringing 9,500. It is the crime that has been committed. It is the deliberate crime. It is the intent. Because the first one now we are ready. Why sorry? We a mistake. But you did another one and even upgraded your daughter's tickets. Meaning, a deliberate. The intent was there. It is how you judge. Now it's your konyum. Near the Ademu assembly be 2 in him. Say Nipano or your first one. Etiamra, private trip. And Adom-Otchere was hiding behind travel policy. In the travel policy, there is official and unofficial. And then I want country. In the travel policy, there's something called official travel and unofficial travel. The official travel, you can go with your husband. The government will take care of your husband's bills because the unofficial travels, which is your personal trip, which is your vacation, the government can only pay for your bodyguard. But what this woman did was 2 times she traveled with her husband, paid per diem to the husband. At the end of the day, used Ghana money to pay ticket for the husband. And so she did the same thing again. Travel with her daughter, vacation. She paid for her daughter, gave her daughter per diem. The government bodyguard who was supposed to go with her, this woman dropped him. So it means the woman deliberately decided to do what she did. It is a petition. Now, catch the Council of State and the President say, this woman cannot be trusted. She has broken the law deep down and that she needs to be kicked out. Has the person done anything wrong? I am saying, I don't know anything about the petition. I am speaking based on what Paul Adom-Otchere put on his screen. So she's executing what's in her head. Ukojina Kota, it is not about the way through about. They accuse you of something now. And it's a bit of say, whoa, minyawa mekun, the intent keke etuma uko jail. So because you say, train now be and no krano etuma uko jail. Mumusa Madam Torkonu. Na obiaya baako. Now wasaya another one. It means the woman, she decided to execute her intent. It is the intention. And does it go against the law? Yes. And does she know? Yes. You know why I say she knows? The reason why I tell you Madam Torkonu knows, say, this was the same woman, Rebecca Akufo and Samira Bawumia, eje illegal salary. And you know that's not case in this. She knows that when you take illegal salary, you need to be brought to court and sanctions needs to be applied. So if she has done something illegally, she has taken illegal money to pay for her husband's trip, private trip, then she knows that sanctions should follow. So if today somebody writes a petition and in the petition that pops up and sanctions have to follow her, why are people making it MPP NDC matter? It's her own actions. It's what she did. What she did is what we are exposing. the intent. She executed her intentions. She knew what she was doing. Because so we read the audit, judicial service audit now. Say another private trip, meaning why first one and also a second one. It's Mumusan say into on and Katia could you so to the Nima. Nipano ya the first one, I was the second one. No, I don't know the petition. I don't know what's in the petition. I can tell you on authority. But Adom-Otchere so in petition no. On an accord the petition my betray. And it's a make church the Ghana for Mr. Adom-Otchere bois. The reason because of one say he is trying to clean the woman. Say Adom-Otchere, I dare audit to the screens, you know, say a true say or petition and yeah, maybe Chief Justice Torkonu, she could not answer this question. And no person Adom-Otchere clean up mano or public sympathy. So, madam, you are the law, the judiciary, the Chief Justice. Technically, you are the law in Ghana, and you are deliberately breaking the law. What should we do? I wasn't going to talk about this. I had this document like 3 weeks ago. I kept it because I thought to say, Samekan was sama, Rebecca say an agenda against the Chief Justice. I didn't want to do it. MAAKYE, I had this document about 3 weeks ago. I decided not to speak on this document because I didn't want Ghanaians to be MP before Rebecca say, I Obiako Tam document Kevin Taylor, Obegu Chief Justice. So I said to my team, let's not touch this document. But until I knew the diabolic thing he was doing on TV, the deliberate atro, sa boneni Jimmy and o Jimino. I told my team, say we need to put this document out. And coming here that. Why should I do that? Because you see, as seminar, President Woko Council of State. So I wanted the process to work for all of us to see. Even though I had this, I didn't touch it. Because now in person be arguing and say, Kevin Taylor cover document TV, Obegu Madam Torkorkoo. No. But until Adom-Otchere say who petition, no. And in the petition, this is what it's in the petition, and he's trying to clean the woman whilst he knew or he knows. So what he was doing was a lie, no? I said no. Memma Jandamwe Enkoso, I will stop it today. And he was hiding behind what we call travel policy. But he never went into the details when it comes to travel policy. Your official travel policy, official travel. And thank you. My team sent me for being come on. Your official travel and your personal travel. Madam Torkonu took advantage of the personal travel. Now, my Gabby. Let me show you this. So, Samabani and Kebia, we have a reason why I am Kebi. Now, if you are there, let me read this. Point 31. It's in the audit report. Me reading in natural. Yeah, we are about to publish it. How many pages, Mr. S? How many pages with the report? Mr. S, how many pages? Let me go. 31 pages. Yeah. 31 pages. Yeah, we are about to publish 31 pages in here. You guys should read everything. We are publishing 31 pages in here. Now, this is also part of the report. It says this. Management responded by quoting the paragraph 9A of the policy on foreign travels by head of the judiciary and the Superior Court justices, which describe the procedure for official travel by the Chief Justice instead of condition stated in the observation, which is captured in the section B, which involves procedures for personal travel by the Chief Justice. TA, or say, management responded by quoting the paragraph 9A of the policy on foreign travel by head of the judiciary and the Superior Court justices, which describe the procedure for official travel by the Chief Justice instead of conditions stated in the observation, which is captured in the section B, which involves procedure for personal travel by the Chief Justice. So, even in the report, they made it clear, say, there is a clear distinction between official travel and personal travel. So, what Adom-Otchere was doing in this, he was hiding behind travel policy. No, we are looking at specific travels. Are we talking about the Chief Justice traveling on official duty or the Chief Justice traveling on personal or for leisure or for vacation? These are two things you need to be able to tell Ghanaians. But when you hide behind travel policy and she returned 9,000 and she did this. Then you are trying to fool Ghanaians. You think you are smart. Paul Adom-Otchere, Makachem said, or a drug addict with Jimmy. The things he does on that TV, and I've told Zoom Lion, your TV will collapse because of this fool. I've told Zoom Lion, your TV, I told you, Zoom Lion, I told you this, your TV will collapse because of Paul Adom-Otchere, because that is bad investment. And we keep telling you this. Maybe you think you are so powerful and nothing. They say, Oma Kwasiadu investment in egu. Slowly, this Paul Adom-Otchere is making you an enemy of the state. Paul Adom-Otchere is calling a lot of enemies for you, and it's going to affect your business. Where in your Pentecost, where your investment. And we are talking about an issuer. Sebio, unya opportunity to speak on as a Ghanaian, as somebody who calls yourself a journalist. At least, out of respect, just tell Ghanaians the truth. Just tell Ghanaians the truth. And tell Ghana for say, this is the truth. Because at the end of the day, my job here is to let you know the truth. But you can't hide behind words and say that, and my team, and you know something, and if you got a travel document, and no, that thing is wrong. So until you want to pitch, you want Ghanaians to feel, say, Obi Time Chief Justice, John Mahama Time Chief Justice. No, the Chief Justice on one deeds. Because we didn't know anything in the petition. I don't know still. Ghana for baby Ghana, 99% of Ghanaians, they don't know what's in the petition. Eya wona kofa it me prove what and Ghana for say and that the kind of cleaning job you are doing, the laundry job you are doing, no, enko bebia. Kano krane chiromo, ma Ghana for who's a Chief Justice, adebia waye no, etiamra or see a chenaso. That's all. I didn't prepare this audit. A judicial service don't prepare audit way. So at the end of the day, heading out time because a bit Chief Justice. I am showing Ghanaians what is in the audit. Paul is a criminal. He's a thief. He shouldn't be walking free in Ghana. I'll see a chinishem. Japan needs to arrest this fool because he's misinforming and disinforming the public. It won't you know. Oh, the Chief Justice. How can Obi order 9,000 abba, but he refused to tell you the damage he has done? Listen to Paul Adom-Otchere again and see the damage he did.
Danofori starts with money, suspecting that Justice Torkonu has spent some money and she used some money to travel, and the money that she used to travel is not for her, it's for government and blah, 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 blah. Let's look at it. Okay. This is on the left is the allegation that Chief Justice misappropriated a sum of 261,000 Ghana cedis of public funds for private travel. Danofori further alleges that the CJ traveled with her spouse, that is her husband, and child with the aforementioned public funds when her spouse and child are neither members of the judiciary nor work within the judicial service. So this is Danofori's first allegation. There are three categories of allegation: financial, court matters, and then another one. I'll show you all. Give me just 5 minutes. So this is the matter, that she has spent this amount of money traveling with her husband and her daughter. This is what we found. That the said travel package is provided for in paragraph A9 of the policy on foreign travels by the head of the judiciary and superior courts judges, approved in 2010 and reviewed in 2019. And it allows the CJ to bring along a spouse and another person of her choice on foreign travels. This has served 4 Chief Justices, to wit, Georgina Wood, Sophia Akufo, Justice Eniyeboah, and Justice Torkonu, the present CJ. So where is Danilofori coming from?
So you see where he was talking? They're not official travels. You see, he hid behind official travels to make you think it's a Chief Justice in Yebibia. But when you go into the audit, we were talking about personal travels. Because with the official travels, Chief Justice can go with her spouse and the bodyguard. The law permits it. What about the personal travels? You saw what he was doing. We're diabolical. Are bad people. They are disease. Into one explanation, he basically put everything under official travel. Because obviously, we all know it's official travel. She can go with her husband and then her bodyguard. It's allowed. The government pays for that. You and I pays for that. But at the end of the day, when she wants to do a personal trip, vacation, She's not supposed to bring her husband. She can bring her husband along, but we are not supposed to pay for it. She can go with her bodyguard, which is fine. The government, you and I will pay. But the moment she drops her bodyguard or even brings the bodyguard and brings her daughter or her husband, she has committed a crime. And she didn't do it once, she did it twice. The question is, did she even go with her bodyguard? No. So, oh, this woman has done nothing wrong. This is the jandam. They are dirty people. Paul Adom-Otchere. Or one filthy, dirty individual. Now, what can. A very diabolic fool. The CNC brown. Stupid political rat. Dirty, wet rat. That is what he does. Into Obi create impression, but to say, Obi time Chief Justice. No. He lumped everything together and only dwelled on their foreign travels. Because foreign travels, and in the foreign travels, he dwelled only on their official travels. But within that foreign travels, there's something called official and unofficial or personal. So the issue here is, Ninyina comes with its own pegs. Why did he refuse to speak on the details, but only stuck to foreign travels? And he goes and with his bodyguard and his spouse. Nobody has a problem. But what about the other one? What does the law say about it? These are stupid fools. No, only bad people. They can destroy your nation. Me say, the likes of Paul Adom-Otchere, those dirty, filthy fools, some who feel with drug addicts, they can destroy your nation. The agenda is that say NDC better power their economy say these are not people who are supposed to live with us. Paul Adom-Otchere, Sankoma, Sankofo, Kofi Bentham. Some more rely on those people no so amukro ebe say. And me once people are sitting and listening to Paul, me say, hey, kwasia we da mutie no. He is a political rat, a wet one. Go and listen to this fool again. Me dwoma kire kwasia mpanyi we.
Daniel Foy starts with or something, buy something. And they say, well, that's how she is. She's like that. She came, she brought the money back. So, because they raised this allegation, it has allowed people now to look at it. And everybody's finding out, oh, the last time Justice Torkonu traveled, we gave her some money. She brought back $9,000 that she didn't use it. This is the kind of person they want to impeach for corruption. So how many ministers, how many ministers travel with the impress and come back and go and give the money to the chief director that I didn't spend the money, finance manager, here's your money. No, people don't do that. I'm not saying they should do that. But I'm saying when you have somebody who has done that, this is not the person that you say is corrupt. You cannot say that is corrupt in the same breath of a person who takes money and returns the rest of the money. You cannot say that. But anyway, so this is the policy. And viewers, you can check, you can verify. Tomorrow, call the Judicial Secretary, journalists, everybody check. What is the travel policy at the judiciary? Check it, it's there. They'll give it to you. They gave it to us easy. They'll give it to you. It's a public document. It's not a secret. And the document says that it is, so it's in paragraph A9. So when you take the policy, don't go far. Just look at paragraph 9, A9. Just look at paragraph A9. And that policy is on foreign travels. It's by the head of the judiciary. So this is a policy that came in 2010. It has existed and it was reviewed in 2019. Reviewed to add security, actually. It has existed for Justice Georgina Wood, Justice Sophia Akufo, Justice Eni Yeboah, and Justice Torkonu, and this is what they want to impeach her on. That she traveled with her husband and traveled with her daughter, and this is the money that Justice Torkonu returned 9,000. This is 260 something. That's what they are talking about. Is that not what they are talking about? No, that was another one, another 14,000. So they have two of her trips. This one and another one. The one that she returned the money. They don't say she returned the money. Maybe they don't know. Daniel Foy doesn't know. I can understand. But this is what we found out. Anyway, let's go to the next one.
I told you. He talked about only the foreign travels. That's all. Oh, yeah, he knows what he's doing. They leaked the petition to him. And the reason why Tia offered that particular place, they know, so the Chief Justice said, if this is in the petition, she cannot defend herself. Yeah. So they went to market. They tried to buy public sympathy. And they try to politicize the matter. And the strategy is that when you go out there, don't go inside. Generalize the travels. The travels, at the end of the day, they all have meanings. foreign travels a general. But foreign travels, no, which one was personal and which one was official? And one no. Now he just generalized everything and make you believe say Obi Tai Chief Justice. But Macho, the Judicial Service Audit Report, Omankasa in their language, they made it clear that the trip. Let me show you again. In fact, I need to let you know because Mensah said Obi betna Ghana. And this is what it says. Regulation 78, disallowed expenditure. So when we disallowed expenditure, it means this expenditure wasn't allowed. But you did it. You have committed a crime. The caption there is disallowed. You are not supposed to do that. What am I saying? Where a judicial service for audit, and they say disallowed expenditure. Technically, criminal expenditure, breaking the law expenditure. This is it. Disallowed expenditure. You are not supposed to. You are not allowed by the law to do that. From 30,000 to 252,000 Ghana. Disallowed expenditure. And when you read it, this is what it says. The reason why I say reading the BMC, person would say Paul mo, omo say krono. Regulation 78 of the Public Financial Management Regulations, 2019, LI 2378. And remember, the Public Financial Management Regulations applies to every government institution. Apart from the Public Management Regulation 2019, that acts by the Judicial Act a cover our expenses. It falls under the Financial Management Regulations. When you pick the Public Financial Management Regulations, the judiciary act Chief Justice, that act falls under this regulations. So technically, the Chief Justice has broken the law. Regulation 78 of the Public Financial Management Regulations 2019 LI 2378 provides that a principal spending officer of a covered entity is personally responsible for ensuring, in respect of each payment of that covered entity, the validity, accuracy, legality of the claim for the payment. 22. We observed during our review of the expenditure on foreign travels that the Honorable Lady Chief Justice traveled to Arusha, Tanzania, with her spouse, Mr. Francis Kofi Torkonu, instead, meaning her bodyguard did not go with her, instead of her security for her annual leave from 2nd to the 10th of September 2023. She went to Tanzania. Instead of her going with her bodyguard, she rather went with her husband, which is not wrong. So this trip, it's vacation. This trip, the vacation partner, and the man who say also Ukuranka the tia the plane ticket. Also Ranka said the tia the hotel. But what happened was she dropped her bodyguard and then gave Ghana for the receipt and told us to pay her. Abra Onim said it is wrong. She went on vacation, dropped her bodyguard, brought her husband, and Sankani Kunanka put the two expenses now get different. But her husband accompanied her, and we paid for every single thing. The shitting her husband shit, we had to pay for it. You sit on TV and generalize the matter and make it look like a joke. Now, when you go to point 23, this is what it says. We also noted that Honorable Lady Chief Justice embarked on another vacation. So the first vacation with the husband is one. She embarked on another vacation. That is private foreign travel. In Suohu, these are all foreign travels, but this is private foreign travel. The foreign travels, your official foreign travel and private one. So the first one was private foreign travel, and the second one was private foreign travel. From the 16th to the 25th of September 2023, with her daughter, Miss Adam Sarah Amega Torkonu, instead of her security to the United States of America. She later came to the United States with her daughter. No bodyguard. Who paid for her daughter's expenses? Us, you and I. Has she committed a crime? Yes. Now, when you go to the next page, Paul Adom-Otchere because Paul Adom-Otchere is a liar. And I've taken my time to do this. Paul Adom-Otchere is a liar. Now, when you read this part of the audit, the part that is more interesting, 25-26, this is what it says. The practice contravenes the policy in page 37, page 1 and 2, section B, 1 and 2, personal travel by the Chief Justice, of the policy on foreign travels by head of the Judiciary and Superior Court Justices 2019 of the Judicial Service, which stipulates that where the Chief Justice embarks on a personal or private foreign travel, he or she shall be accompanied by the security alone. So it does not make any room for spouse, family. That means if your spouse or your family wants to be part of the trip, they can pay for their own expenses. And the government of Ghana, we recognize just the Chief Justice and who? Her bodyguard. That's it. It does not recognize anybody on private trips. Now, when you go to 26, this is what it says. We further notice that Miss Sarah Amega Torkonu air ticket, which is supposed to be a business class, just as that of the Honorable Lady Chief Justice, was rather the World Travel Plus business class, which resulted in an additional amount of 9,552 Ghana in her ticket costs. Almost the who ye no ye audit who say, Madam Torkonu ticket na a business class no. Ne bana osadre kan ho no. Osa upgrade ne ban business no ticket no ko business plus. World Travel Plus business class. World Travel Plus business class. Kwasia ote pizza ti di matem uni my dear friend World Travel Plus business class. Ote trotro mu na nsuo to na egu apempem na do kwasia di matem. Ombetwe di sa boa. Momon kwasia fodi bi na mugu pizza na mujin say. Mo ya de ma na ye me ya. Mo membe kan brofo ndwedwa mu ma wo. Odwan. Now when you go down there, this is what you see. Name Miss Adam S.A. Torkonu. Country travel to United States of America. Per diem, or manibane per diem $10,000. Cost of air ticket 109,000 Ghana. Neba bane ticket in Torkorkoo US now 1.1 billion old Ghana. 1 billion. Nebana ticket or the call America buy no na 1 billion old Ghana cedis. Now, over another second, over ina, maybe I'm the Nebana picture betro. I'll show you Torkonu's daughter's picture. We need to know because we are talking about the audit and all that. I'll show you her daughter's picture. Yede obia picture beba, obia anya nipa bonini, yema Ghana fo hu ye nuanom. Now, when you go to the second person, Mr. Francis Kofi Torkonu, Tanzania, and on a year koye. Yama also per diem $6,000. At the end of the day, also the ticket costed 74,000 old Ghana no 740 million. Madam Torkonu chama ni kunu abre nisan kocha or they are buying sika. Now, Oba Asiawa, you see something. Miss Sarah Amega Torkonu, cost of air ticket 109. That means old Ghana no 1 billion. Honorable Lady Chief Justice Torkonu Onua sankasa ticket na 99,000. Tete Ghana no 990 million. Hey, Kofowi. Sika omo bono ama me yem crash sheme. Difference or the ba fear 9,000 Ghana also a kitchen 9,000. Oh boy. Inti mo eye pizza tamudi matem. On sika na edi twa ticket ma eye Torkonu ba no. 1 billion old Ghana. Stores egu ewurade. PZ stores egu o. Unim de 1 billion betuma ya mamo. Momba ni bi na mo numu kankan ma hemu krodo so bekeka nkwase asem. Kwase afo mumu bi mu agimi ye agemo mo se mo mpene. Cabin Taylor ende de obete ena ne maame na ne papa nwan o de omde yam because mon kinkan ko school. You are the foolish masses, some of you. Eno mu jimi mo. This is under MPP. PZ store, unim de 1 billion betumaye. MPP as a political party, almost 200,000 pen de bremo. Mumubi a Jimmy Four. Mugu PZ to Mumubi might say 9. MPP na sum MPP. Ye gare MPP. Ye try fruma. Mumubi nkwasia for yatam 200,000 pen de bremo. Madam Torkonu ban the ticket. 1 billion old Ghana. Odo kwasia to wodi mi matem. Ebe hiya wase for kopim so be so we Jimmy unyusu wa adwene. Let me show you Princess Torkonu, the almighty Princess Torkonu, and the abe pray a judicial services for auditing. Canadian PA a bind document man coming on the picture. But this is not to say so in Bonini. I'm showing you how lovely this woman is. Madam Torkonu Princess no onye. Princess Torkonu. Gigim mamemo e tiza kakra. All right, this is Madam Princess Torkonu, almighty. This is Madam Torkonu, Princess Torkonu, Madam Chief Justice Nebabani. Ono na yedi sika no twa ticket man. Such a beautiful woman. Now my me atam Ghana sika twa ticket amount. It is not about you returning 9,000. It's the intent. It's the intent. You are not supposed to do that. You know what is right. You people know. So why is your mother still working a free woman as a free woman? Why? Tell me, you yourself, why are you not in jail? Because in any country, you yourself, madam, you'll be jailed. Technically, you have caused financial loss to the state. Sikani editwa ticket mano anke ko eye PZ kasebio kwasi ampenyi bi nkebe ne store mano. You have caused financial loss to the state. Madam Torkonu, Princess Torkonu, this is where we are today. It is okay. Get me her husband's picture. Ebusia, ye mo bie hu bia say etia ne enye obi abone, obi aso ntumi nya ebone. Ye de obi a kire, odun saka esika nkwa de obi kire. So this is what is happening. The daughter and the husband, I didn't know anything. Me see, document I'm actually we. I had it about 3 weeks ago. I didn't touch it. I said, let it sit. Membeso bi betina baby aka se me time Madam Torkonu. Membeso bi abenya idea bi say, Kevin, obia dabi me say let the process go on. So Madam nya boni bia she will still be the Chief Justice. Say Council of State who be bia, they will take a decision. Until Paul Adom-Otchere say we who what is in the petition. And he tried to lie to Ghanaians. And then I remember the document we about coming yet. But because there are some people in Ghana, diabolic people. And the likes of Paul Adom-Otchere, we need to be very careful about such people. They are dangerous people. We are not supposed to give them room. Your mom small room, they will destroy this nation. And it's all a young woman, I go school Ghana kwasi ampenje support na TV so na wutie na. I pity you. Kwasi ampenje where Paul, where is his folder? Paul. Mr. P, where is that guy's folder? Paul, such a dirty soul. Ni who fee Paul Adom-Otchere. Akwawi, get me Paul. I saw Paul a minute ago. Akwa we jantre ni way and who fee way. Political T-Pain. Paul Adom-Otchere. Who doesn't know Paul Adom-Otchere? Get me Paul. Better call Paul. Better call Saul. Akwa we Paul Adom-Otchere. Mrs. Get me Paul. Akwa we call Germany. Obi yere. Kwasi ampenyi we. Paul. We. Only any credibility. Now what they want to do is say they want to lie to every Ghanaian. I am trying to pull Paul for you to see. Mrs. Get me Paul. Get me Paul Adom-Otchere. Na me mbone jantra anchire Ghana for. Paul Adom-Otchere. Na me mbone jantra anchire mo. I'm trying to get him out of the system. Ejiwe abegina TV so because Ojin say Ghana for nyina Jimmy. He's just lying.